And I have to adjust my settings here. Hold on. Let's go into settings here for devices. Chat audio, all audio. There we go. Haha. There we go. I included an. I am not complaining about that. I know. Loot boxes are your mic turned off. Your mic turned off. You there? I guess your microphone keeps turning itself off.
No, yeah. I accidentally switched to in-game thing.
Ah.
But like, it's obvious, at least to me, which side he's on. If you, I'm going, I don't know, honestly.
I guess I'm following.
It's obvious, at least to me. No, I'm gonna turn around. Which side he's taking, or at least which side he leans towards. And knowing him, that generally tries to take both sides into consideration, probably more than to a fault, I think. I think there is some value in taking other people's opinions to, not to heart, but taking what they say into consideration, even if you don't agree with them, because there is value in other people's opinions, even if their opinions are shit. But I think that only works to an extent. Like, when we're sitting here talking about loot boxes, they're gambling. I don't think there's any arguing that. They are gambling. They are functionally gambling. And I think you know that because it's clear you've watched Jim's videos.
Yeah,
so
I've watched
kind of see it. No, I mean like that. Like, it's clear you've at least watched one of his videos and you know his opinions and you're linking his video here. And you know he makes very good arguments. My point is, like, if your arguments are trading cards, they're permanent things.
Yeah, they're physical things.
If I buy a trading card, not only could I... Yeah, like, okay, yes, if you buy a trading card, you might not get what you want. But guess what? I could trade with other people who do have what I want. And there's no regulation to that.
Chances are they will have something that you want.
And not only can I get the card I want whenever I want from someone else, but they never get taken away from me. No company can ever just shut down game card servers and then just reality sites to delete the cards from my hand.
They can stop production, but that still leaves any that are currently in stock.
They can't stop the cards from getting into my hand. They can't stop, they can't rebalance them, they can't change them, they can't take them away. And then once they're out there, they're out there. That's it. There's no taking them back. But when you loot box, nothing you get from a loot box is permanent. It's all dependent on the server staying open. If I open a loot box for Call of Duty, I mean, there were loot boxes. Which game started loot boxes? It wasn't Ghosts. Was it Advanced Warfare?
Yeah, Advanced Warfare started doing that. If you're talking about which company started doing it first, no.
Which Call of Duty games started loot boxes? I don't remember. But my point is, you know how quickly Call of Duty servers go dead.
Ow.
But they still sell that shit. Are you seriously going to sit there and say that anything in those boxes is of value if you can't even get anything worth it out of it? I'm trying. You should have help over there.
I don't.
Yeah, you have heavy tanks and tank destroyers all around you.
There's a 131 over in the corner. I'm about to die.
You mean the tank that everyone bitches is overpowered when it's not?
It's bouncing shots left, right, and center because I just keep wiggling my tank. He's attempting to hit me. And I'm dead. T-34 got me.
Still can't believe people bitch their Tiger 131 is overpowered. It is not overpowered.
Tiger 131 is not overpowered. You just don't know how to use it.
Overpowered? No, it's not that they don't use it. People complain. The reason they say it's overpowered is because of the matchmaking, because it has really high penetration. Maybe a bit too high. But like, there's also the preferred matchmaking, which they're saying is unfair, but the heavy tank number 6 has preferred matchmaking because it's tier 6. It has the same hull and a slightly less, one of the earlier engines as the Tiger. The only difference from the heavy tank number 6 and a regular Tiger is the engine and the gun. That's it.
Yeah.
Which admittedly does affect the traverse speed and everything, but even a maxed out Tiger isn't exactly the epitome of goddom when it comes to tanks. It's a very easily killed, very easily destroyed tank. Just because some people can play it to its strengths and be annoying dicks about it, doesn't suddenly make the tank overpowered.
No, it doesn't. There's my core.
And that's my issue with the core of the arguments like that. It's overpowered. It's not overpowered. Maybe it's a little bit bullshit. Yeah, probably. But it's not overpowered. Overpowered implies that it's this mega death god weapon. You want to know what's overpowered? The Death Star. The Waffentrager. Those things are overpowered and unbalanced as fuck. They're simultaneously overpowered and underpowered. At least the Waffentrager is. That thing is as glass cannon as you can get, but it still has the most ridiculous of fucking overpowered guns on it.
Yeah, no. Did you set him on fire, or did he set you on fire?
My tank burst into flames. Which one do you think it is?
The second one.
But like, it's so stupid. Like, the Tiger 131 is not the epitome of overpoweredom. That's tanks like the Death Star that just one-hit kill everything in sight. That's overpowered and unbalanced. The Waffentrager, which is a glass cannon, but you know it's totally destructible by pretty much anything, but can annihilate even the heaviest of tanks in one clip. That shit's overpowered.
Yep.
But a Tiger, why? Because it doesn't see tier 9s. Plenty of tier 7s and tier 8s can penetrate it and kill it without a problem. I have no problem killing that thing in an IS. I have no problem killing that thing in another fucking Tiger, or regular Tiger. The heavy tank number 6 can easily kill it.
Yep.
It may be a little bit ridiculous, and it probably could do with a slight nerf in rate of fire or something to make it a little bit more even with a regular Tiger.
What do you mean, for the 131 or the heavy tank?
The Tiger 131. They're both heavy tanks. But
yeah,
it's just,
but I'm talking about
a stupid argument. No, I mean the rate of fire. Like, people complain the rate of fire is too fast for the gun. As long as it's the same as the regular L56, I don't have a problem with it. Exactly. It's not overpowered. Overpowered implies it's powerful, that there's no getting around it, but it's easily gotten around.
Mm-hmm.
They're so... like, I could easily outgun it in a fucking Black Prince. I can outgun it in an IS, and I can outgun it in a Black Prince.
And it doesn't exactly have a terrible amount of armor, so the 131 can easily...
A Black Prince can easily pen it, and it has a faster rate of fire, and it has better armor. Granted, I'm not fond of that tank, but... You know, it's not... It's just a stupid argument. That's my problem with the community, is that they're so prone to complaining and getting mad and arguing over stupid things, and this tank is overpowered, that tank is overpowered, this tank is too much, that tank is too much. Just play the gun. And like, half the people complaining don't even have the tank. That is my biggest fucking problem. And if I know you saw that thread, people, oh, the Tiger 131 to anyone who defends it. If you actually read what they're saying, almost everyone who's complaining about it being overpowered don't even have the tank.
They don't?
They don't even have the tank. No, they don't. They don't even have the tank.
Do
they just
even
look at the
admit
stats
that?
and complain. Yes! They
like,
either
I don't
admit
even
it
have the
outright
tank.
or make it clear by the way they're talking that they don't have it and they will never use it. Some of them shit on people who did buy it. If you don't even have the tank, who the hell are you to complain it's overpowered? Why? Because a tank, you got killed by a Tiger 131 once? Because you think it's unfair? It's not unfair. It's a totally normal, fair tank.
Chances are they probably died in that stupid way, like that one guy who got mad at you for when he was driving out in the middle of the open and he got shot at and exploded by you.
I will say, if we compare it to the heavy tank number 6, which is basically what it is, just a faster, better heavy tank number 6, it's definitely overshadows that tank. But that tank is tier 6. This is tier 7. It's a tier 7 with preferred matchmaking. Is it ridiculous? A little bit. It's a little bit overboard. But not to the point where it's overpowered, and not to the point where you need to make an entire thread bitching about a tank you've never used. That's ridiculous. But if I say that in the forums, oh, I'm, you know, God forbid anyone should disagree with you. God forbid anyone should say anything.
Yeah, because God forbid you should discuss it.
Oh, you know, we're gonna shit on you, and if you bother to argue against it, you're just being a whiny crybaby. Oh, you want to save space. Oh, this, all that.
Yeah, that's general nonsense.
Just so, you saw the post. It was so toxic, so instantly hostile.
It's like you can't even have a general discussion on the forums for World of Tanks or.
If you have the nerve to say anything that doesn't align with their preconceived notions,
or that you question,
or questions their manner. If you even just say the people in this forum are really rude and disgusting and toxic, and they breed this attitude. Oh my God, well, you're crybaby. Oh, you know, you know, this is the way you talk.
What are you posting here? Leave then. LOL, lols, all that bullshit.
It was so, and even the people who thought they were being reasonable weren't. They just flat out weren't. I've had to report my own fucking thread just to get it closed. Because I was just like, I don't want to deal with this. I flat out don't, and I don't think this isn't the point of me giving my opinion. You don't like my opinion, fine, but you shitting on me is not an opinion. That's not an opinion that you have the right to anyway.
I knocked out the Liberty's gun.
That wasn't the point of me. The point, like the forums, this is not your like someone else said. This isn't your personal clubhouse. This is an open public forum. And just because this is an open public forum doesn't mean you have the right to anonymously shit on other people because they said something that offended you because you didn't like that they said the community is toxic, which for some reason, even though it doesn't affect you, you somehow get offended at that. I wonder why you get offended.
Yeah, why would you? If you don't like the comment that someone's saying that the community is toxic, and then you act.
You know how many people said? You know how many people said that I was being toxic?
I didn't see anything toxic
Seriously,
with your post.
I'm like, no, no, that's not how that word works. Honey, no, that's not how that word works. Me saying the community is toxic. That's, first of all, that's a fact. Second of all, that's me giving my own opinion of the community, which is that it's fucking toxic, and it is. The fact that your first response is, oh, well, you're being toxic because you mentioned it. You should just be quiet and never mention anything any of the shitty things people do. No! You should be talking about how toxic a community is. You should be talking about how vile and disgusting people get when you don't agree with them. That should be a topic for conversation because it gets ignored too fucking much. Too many people are too willing to ignore clear hostility and anger and despicable, disgusting behavior because it's the internet, so just deal with it. And to some degree, I generally agree with that. To an extent.
But there should be some discussion bringing up at the toxicity.
There should be some significant degree of, you know what, ignore it because it's stupidity. But at the same time, I don't think you should completely ignore it either. It's a matter of balance. It's a matter of, yeah, there should be some degree of toxicity, not toxicity, some degree, there's going to be some degree of toxicity. There's going to be some degree of complete and utter bullshit from people. I get that. But when it gets to the point where almost it's like every other post there is a bitching about nerfing a tank, bitching about a tank being either needing to be nerfed or buffed, being too OP, or being so weak and shitty, or looking too much like a parade tank, or looking not enough historical, or too much like an anime tank.
Yeah, exactly, and it's like...
Or it's always bitching. That's something I think...
Sorry, one thing that pisses me off is the fact that people bitch and whine about historical accuracy, but they're forgetting half your precious pretty tanks wouldn't be accessible if that was the case. If you wanted historical accuracy.
Yeah. This game is supposed to be historically accurate to an extent.
But there's
It's not
also
supposed to be
a degree
100%
of fun
historical
that's
accurate.
supposed to happen.
The game is still it's an arcade. It's arcade. There's a reason arcade gets used when this game is talked
Mentioned.
about. You know, mentioned, because this game is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be realistic, but to an extent, so that you're still having fun, so that people who are new aren't one-shotted instant. You know how many times when I first started playing World of Tanks, and it came over to PlayStation, World of Tanks wasn't here, I started playing War Thunder, because War Thunder is the only other game like World of Tanks. But when I played it, every match I did was instantly blown the fuck up. No explanation, no tutorials, and this game doesn't do that either, I will admit that. But if I play this game, I can get to tier 5 without needing to know any of the specifics.
And even
then,
it's still fairly easy it's still fairly easy to pick up and go. It's still learnable. It's like, oh well, if someone doesn't teach you, if someone doesn't teach you initially, it's like, for people that are not impatient, that are willing to take the time to actually learn the strengths and weaknesses of a particular vehicle, and learn where the armor is effective and where it's not, and what guns are best, and how to, you know, all the general things. If you don't know how to do, if you don't do that, you can look up people. There are plenty of videos on YouTube from well-known people like Quickie and Jingles. Quickie teaches you how to side scrape. If it's a tank that can do it, he tells you where it's effective.
My point, what I'm trying to say is that, to an extent, World of Tanks, because let's forget War Thunder for a second. World of Tanks doesn't teach you shit, and that does make it hard. I do agree with that. That not enough about armor and angling and armor penetration and armor types and what they all do and all of these things, they're not taught in-game, and people have to research it in order to learn how to play this game. You have to look up YouTubers, you have to go to the forums, which is why a lot of people go to the forums, see the bullshit, and then go to YouTube. But you have to go to other outside sources to learn how to play this game.
Did you turn your microphone on or no?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And that is alienating. That I agree. That is alienating. But you can still get to tier 5 and get invested enough in the game. Just let me finish.
Sorry.
You can get when you start first. Someone who's brand fucking, look at Rob. He's terrible, but he still has fun.
Yeah.
Because you can still get kills and damage and still spot, and you still learn a little bit here and there. That when you finally do reach tier 6, when you reach tier 6 and you start dying constantly, then you're like, you know what? Let me see what the fuck I'm doing wrong. Most people who would get invested in this game and like it will actually look up YouTubers or look up what the fuck they're doing wrong, or go to forums, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's usually what people do.
At least the ones that are not impatient, like some of the people that jump onto the forums.
They're impatient people, but they leave. But what are you gonna do? But my point is, if you play War Thunder, it's insta death. There is no explaining, and I couldn't even get invested enough to want to research the better things I should do. Because what was the point? Because the moment I did, it was just death, 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 constant death.
I remember the last time we ever played War Thunder together, you were getting non-stop one-shotted by pretty much everything.
And I understand that I'm getting one-shotted because it's my fault. Or it's my fault to an extent because I'm new at that game. But my point is, the game isn't giving me a chance to learn what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Obviously, it's not like World of Tanks, and obviously I need to be more careful, but how? What am I supposed to do? I shouldn't have to look that up on YouTube, and I shouldn't look that up here either, but I can still get to tier 5 or 5, maybe 6, before I have to research it. In War Thunder, it's instant bullshit. It's insta one-hit kills the moment you start playing. And that's really fucking alienating. War Thunder is the game for realism. This is not a game for realism. That's why it's arcade.
It's one of those pick up and go type games. It has this degree of you have to learn, but it's not such a steep learning curve that you will
That's why, despite the bullshit that you get from Blitz, it's why it's such a fun game to play. Yeah. Because you pick it up, you go. You all let me train towards each other, kill each other, and then you go on to the next. You should still have tactics, but who the fuck cares at the lower levels anyway?
Exactly.
At the higher levels, you need a little bit more attention to what the fuck you're doing, but I don't play at the higher levels because I just don't want to deal with that.
Like I said before, you know, with the whole realism shit, it's like, you look at the game and you go, okay, well, realism. Okay, well then that means how did Quickie brought it up at one point? He mentioned something to that degree. He's like, I think he said something like and don't quote me on this, but I think he said something like, "Oh well, with tanks, you know, I think it's like more than 3/4 of the tanks in the game would have to be taken out, and then if you wanted to really go for realism, you basically take out another section."
Jingles, I think, who said that.
No, Quickie, I think, said it too. He mentioned it.
I'm sure they both said it, but I know for a fact Jingles said it.
If you want realism, take out a good chunk of the game. Half these tanks are prototype
and like that was
blueprints
and I know Jingo said it when they were complaining about the Chinese tank destroyers on PC. And my first thought was, what about literally all the tank destroyers in the game that we already have that are fake? You're complaining about concept tank destroyers, but you're not going to complain about literally every other concept tank destroyer from all the other tank
Pretty much
series?
every one of them is a concept.
There's a lot of them. Most of them were fake. Most of, or not fake, but most of them, even if you include like the prototypes, the ones that were just mock-ups or wooden models, or whether you know the various stages of making a tank. I'm
getting blasted. Alright, I'm backing up.
As much as I enjoy the conversation, I'm definitely not paying attention. I'm gonna move around. But yeah, it's just, I like realism too, because I love the Fury tank. I love the Tiger 131. I like the realism, but I still want to have fun with the game. And I still want to do it, and I don't want to have to constantly deal with toxicity.
That's why they didn't go for the ultra realism for World of Tanks with the World of...
But my point is, like, the reason I made that forum post as well is because I don't want to deal with the toxicity, because it's such a toxic, ugly-ass fucking community. They're so instantly aggressive and hostile. They get so angry and so impassioned to shit on everyone who doesn't agree with them, or shit on people who call them out on their bullshit, because it's bullshit. It is, and it's just...
I missed.
It's ugly. It's ugly and disgusting, honestly. It makes enjoying the game really fucking hard. And like this, like what I tried to say multiple times is that this isn't about, oh, I can't handle criticism or I can't handle the internet. I don't care what you're saying. My point is that it's exhausting. That I can't play this game, or I can't want to comment on YouTube, or comment on Facebook, or comment on Twitter, and give my opinions and my views on things, without other people shitting on them because other people can't handle it.
Yep.
There's a difference between giving your opinion and being just a plain old prick.
Yep.
Because half these people saying the things they say would never say it to someone's face.
Hammer.
And that's always the metric I judge someone's comment. If your comment isn't something you'd say to someone's face, there's no way you have a valid point. Because if you can't say this to someone's face, there's no way you have the right to say this over the fucking internet because you can hide behind the screen.
You gotta pull back.
Hiding behind a screen and saying, oh, well, you're just shitting on other people's opinion because you can't handle the way people blah, 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 blah. Would you say that to someone's face? Because I know, you saw all those responses. Half of those were not things people would say to someone else's face and not shit their pants at the thought of saying it. Something I hate about the internet, people grow a massive pair of e-balls when they go on the internet.
I need help. Oh god. Gotcha, bitch. Move.
Enemies are capturing our base.
What?
Enemies looking right at us.
Oh, hi.
Target locked.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Run away, you little bugger. I'm about to get overrun. There's a lot.
A lot of the comments were people disagreeing with Matt Bam on the card thing.
Got us in their sight.
But it's just so depressing because we come to play this game and we have fun with this game. You know, we fall on tanks, we drop on tanks, sometimes we YOLO, and you know what? I have fun. Rob has fun. You have fun. Even Absol had fun when he does have the night to fucking play this game. And you're dead. At least you're bouncing shots.
Yeah, I know.
And the more they bounce, the better. The more they bounce, the more XP you'll get. So
yeah, he just knocked out my gun. What? Yeah, I'm dead.
But like, we have fun with this game, but it's hard to continue to have fun with a game
When
when
there's
you
so many
can't
people doing that.
socialize in it. I can't go to forums and talk about things without getting shit on. And like, keep in mind, I rarely post on it, but there's a reason I don't post there. Because when I first started playing this game, I went to the forums, right? I looked through the forums, I looked at all the posts. They were all negative bullshit. I'm like, let me read some of them. You can guess what I saw in those forums and why I decided, you know what, fuck that. Every time I try to come back to the forums and, you know what, let me give them another chance. I go on, nerf, nerf, buff, nerf, 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 idiots, idiots, defending this, idiots, defending... It's like... And then I go to Facebook, and it's the same fuck... You've seen the arguments I've had on Facebook with
Oh yeah,
fucking stupidity.
you've had to have
or the arguments on Twitters. The arguments on the twits. And it's just... How am I supposed to enjoy a game if I have to be... I have to mute my mic inside the game.
Yeah, you have to be on defense for... Get ready for them to say some
It's hard to
crap about...
enjoy a game if I have to have everything muted, everything silent, I have to not respond to messages, block all my messages. I have to be completely antisocial just to enjoy this game. And I don't like that. Because not everyone here sucks. Not everyone here is a complete asshole, but the people who aren't assholes are so defensive that they won't respond to messages, or they have messages blocked, or their instant response if you message them is fuck you. Because all they get is bullshit. And like, there's a reason why it's always the same people posting on the forums, because no new players want to go on there. The only new players who go there are people who want trouble, or people who have no problem getting themselves involved in trouble.
Yep.
The nice people on the forums are far and few between. And even they contribute to the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so disheartening. Because I want to play a game, I want to have fun, and I can't do that. I have a hard time having fun with a game if every time I try to socialize on that game, because this game is also supposed to be social, you do better in platoons, you do better in playing with other people and communicating, but what communication can happen if every time you talk, faggot, that's basically encompass all of World of Tanks community into one word, it's faggot. That's all it is. It's just a 12-year-old saying faggot over and over again. And it's just, fuck, man. You can't just play a game and have fun? You can't just let it go, you die? Let it go. Take a page from fucking Frozen and let it the fuck go. If you don't... I'm sorry to tell you, if you got killed by Tiger 131, who the fuck cares? It's not overpowered. You know, that's the truth. It's not overpowered. It's just a fucking tiger. Almost every tier 7 and 8 can pen it without a fucking problem. There are very few people who can play in the Tiger 131 and bounce tier 8. I saw so many people saying, oh, well, it can bounce a tier 8. It can well, you know what? Remember that match yesterday? How many shots I bounced tier 9 and 10 and 8 tanks I was bouncing in that fucking 416? Sometimes you just get shit bounces. Sorry, that's just what happens in this game. But it doesn't make the tank overpowered.
No, it doesn't.
What makes the tank overpowered is something like a fucking Death Star, which bounces lots of shots, and still one-hit kills shit ton of the tanks
high
in this
explosive. I have 7 rounds of heat round, but I'm mostly packing the other rounds.
Like, there are tanks that are legitimately... I hate to use the word overpowered because it's such an overused phrase. But there are tanks that are definitely unbalanced.
It as a general, all-encompassing term.
It's like people who call everyone Nazis, and that word got used so much now. Snowflakes, Nazis, SJWs.
Anyone that disagrees with your point of view is automatically triggered or Nazi, salty or triggered a snowflake. You need a safe place, like that one guy said.
SJW, and these phrases lose their meaning when they get used over and over again. And overpowered in this community is one of those phrases. It doesn't mean anything anymore.
Oh, crap.
I can't take you seriously when you call the tank overpowered because you use it for fucking everything. You can't call everything overpowered. Sometimes it's just unbalanced. If you think it's a little imbalanced, fine, we can discuss that. I don't think it's unbalanced, and I can
someone's
tell you
drilling
why. You can tell me
upstairs.
why I think it's balanced. Maybe Wargaming would agree
Yeah.
with you and balance the tank. But what they
One
won't
of
do
their
is listen to
artillery
people.
is making a break for it across the opening.
Oh, I don't know. Right now I'm just dealing with the Varnish.
I'm
probably gonna
almost
die,
dead
honestly.
already. I had my ammo
Right
rack
now,
knocked
I'm not
out.
at a point where I care about whether or not I die. I'm not trying to die, but at the same time,
I can't get
I'm
a
not gonna
kill. I
lose
can't get
my
any
shit if I
damage.
die.
I've managed to spot, track something. I knocked out a module on.
you probably should have came over here, because we need the help over here.
I'm right here. I'm right near you.
No, you're not.
Oh, you're over there on the other street. Yeah, well, I wasn't paying really attention to where I was going.
Oh wait, no, I didn't. I thought I had my premium ammo loaded, and I accidentally loaded the premium ammo.
Uh-oh.
Tried to switch off of there, but no, I didn't have it loaded.
Okay, I'm gonna...
There was a green. I think it was my controller was green, so it was highlighting there was a
I'm
glare
trying to make it
of the controller.
I'm trying to make a break for it. I'm probably gonna die. Okay.
By the
I
way,
made
I'm
it
getting
down.
overrun and I'm gonna die.
I know. I'm on my way.
It's too late for that. I'm definitely dead.
Yeah, I can see that.
I did
Yeah,
what I
need-
could, but I'm dead.
I was tempted to pick up the Volk, but I never got the chance to. So maybe if it goes
You
up
should have.
in
It was a
the
good
store.
tank. If it goes up again, you should pick it up. It's a good tank.
Yeah.
It's not the best armored tank. It's weird because it's not. It can bounce if you know what you're doing, and you get lucky. You have to get really lucky to bounce. But it's better. It's better for its mobility and firepower. It's one of those. Move, take a shot, move, take a shot, move, take a shot. If you can get behind
the wrong
heavier
gun to
tanks-
use on this tank. Oh god, I'm so dead. Bye!
You're dead. If you can get behind
Oh,
heavier
you
tanks, you're
Please,
dead.
please,
Don't
please,
worry
please, please, please. Ah, no!
If you can get behind heavier tanks, the Volk is actually pretty good because then it's not taking hits, so you can just focus on pumping damage into people. No. Well, I'm sorry. I should lament about how terrible I was because I didn't kill 10 tanks. Stupid. This community's so stupid.
Yep. So what was my end result for that last match? I didn't do bad. 87, let's see. I had over 1,300 damage. I blocked almost 4,000. Holy no. Oh my god,
I'm
nice.
depressed now. This game makes me depressed. I'm not even the game. The people make me depressed.
I mean, don't let that sour your experience. You still enjoy playing the game.
You know, I do, but it does sour the experience. It sours my experience that there's nothing but pure hostility and hatred coming from this community. That's souring to me, because it just breeds a negative aura of bullshit. And it's just like, you can't just enjoy the game. You can't just play the game and enjoy it. If you die, you fucking die. If the team caps in within the first 5 seconds, big fucking deal. You know how many fucking threads I saw dedicated to, oh, don't cap earlier. Oh, you should get rid of this and kill all the time. And just... No cap, kill all. I think that's the one.
Yeah,
The phrase that people use. No cap, kill all.
Yeah, that mentality of sometimes it works out. Sometimes I will admit that
Sometimes.
does, but the majority of the time it's better off to play it safe.
And the thing is, that's usually the way I play. I'd rather kill everyone than cap.
because you get more
But at the same
experience doing
time,
that.
I have fun capping within the first 5 seconds of the match because I
If
think
they
that's fucking
if they
hilarious.
stupidly leave their base wide open, yeah, why not?
There are times where I hate
But-
it, but I don't let it get to me because you know what? It's their team was stupid, and I have to pay the price for their team being dumb. If the other team is too stupid to defend the base and they caps, I don't get mad at the
T10.
people on my team. If anything, you should get mad at the people on the other team. Why the fuck were you so incompetent that you couldn't defend the damn base? None of you could have gone to the base and reset the cap. All you have to do is shoot a tank. Literally, go and shoot a tank in the base. If you're in a light tank, it's better to sacrifice yourself to reset the cap long enough for someone on your team to, do what they gotta do.
True.
It's better for you to die and help your team win than for you to just say, you know what, I want to live, so I'm just gonna stay in the back and do absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that gets annoying.
I have trouble with this tank. Like, I know I can't side scrape, but it's like, I have trouble with this thing.
Light tank trying to barrel in. There's an M40.
Yeah, and he just got tracked twice for it.
Oh god.
I know this tank isn't terrible, but holy shit, really?
They're about to circle us.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I've been thinking of looking up. That was another reason I went onto the forums, because I wanted to look up like what the fuck I should do with this tank, because I'm not sure how to use it. But every time I go on the forums, look what I look at. And I'm not even. Oh, like just ammo rack the.
I saw that. Holy crap! Nice.
I love ammo racking tanks. I love it. It's so fun. I
He's
almost never
missing
do it
his
because
head.
I'm not.
He lost his head.
I'm not
over
one
the
of those.
whole ordeal.
I'm not one of those people who like knows all of the
There's a
ammo
mouse
spots
coming.
and weak spots of every tank. You know, those people who they can ammo rack any tank because they know exactly where to shoot every time. But I'm not one of those people. But when I do get it, it's legitimately exciting.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. There's been quite a few times where I've done that, but it's like far and few between.
I've never done it on purpose. I think I've done it once on purpose.
It's
and
usually
that wasn't,
been
like,
by
the war
accident,
stories.
and it's like, oh look, ammo rack, haha.
I try to do it on purpose sometimes. I try to hit where I know the ammo rack is on some of the German tanks because I know
And
those ones.
if you happen to damage it before you hit him, oh, there's a Conway.
But more often than
Conway.
not, I've never done it on purpose. I think I've done it on purpose with war stories. But on actual in-game, I can never do it on purpose. The most I could do is just damage the ammo.
Oh, that bounced off a Conway. Goddamn. Yeah, I need to pop some premium rounds.
It's depressing though, because it's like, you try to enjoy the game, you try to play and just chill.
Yeah, that went through.
It's just so negative.
Come on, back up.
And I really enjoy this game. I love collecting tanks. I love having so many tanks. That was another thing that I said, that like, oh, my opinions are irrelevant because my stats aren't perfect, or because I have too many
that's
premium
another
tanks,
excuse that people...
That was another thing I brought up that got totally ignored by people who just wanted to bitch about my bitching. Even though I had I thought I had a legitimate point to bring up. I wasn't just talking out of my ass. I thought I had a pretty legitimate point, and I even gave reasons as to why I thought the way I did. I thought I was reasonable. And you know what? I was reasonable.
I'm dead.
But, you know, that didn't matter because people didn't like what I was saying.
I'm dead.
I'm the one
I'm
who's
so dead.
like,
Oh, that Conway just missed. There we go. He's dead.
this is why I keep my mouth shut almost all the time. Because, like, whenever I do share my opinion, look what I get.
A mouse? Yeah, there's a mouse. Where? Come here! Oh, there's a conqueror coming.
We lost an ally. Enemy's got us in their sights. We got him.
I'm gonna try to kill it. No, someone else got him. I'm surprised I survived. Oh, there we go. It's a win. Awesome.
Up another win.
I don't know. That was the one thing I forgot to do, or I didn't forget, but it was like, I got so distracted with the other shit that when I remembered, I was like, you know what? It's not worth it.
What, posting about the other stuff?
Yeah, because it's like, what's the point? One thing I did like though, is that they did exactly what I said this community does, like word for word. That never fails to surprise me. Hold on.
So I gotta wait for you.
Sorry. Julian lost his freaking Switch plug and I'm trying to find it.
No problem.
I told him I was annoyed with him for losing. He said, but it's mine. Why are you mad that I lost something that belongs to me? I'm like, because I
love
use
how he
it
doesn't.
too?
Yeah, I like how he doesn't see the logic in that.
He knows, but he was trying to insinuate that it's his, so I shouldn't get mad if he loses something that belongs to him. I'm like, but I use it too. And I should get
Exactly.
mad because what you lost was the charger to like a $300, $400 fucking electronic.
Well, it's almost 5 with taxes. For me, it's $4.99 up
I'm
here.
fairly certain that's not how much it is. Yeah, up there. Down here, it's not the same price, Hannah. The point is, you lost something expensive and something that I use. So I have the right to be annoyed with you because you shouldn't be losing it. You should take better care of your shit. I've told him a million times, take better care of your fucking electronics. It's okay if they break through normal use, but you should fucking watch your shit, man. Like he goes through way too many chargers. He's like my sister when it comes to that shit. She doesn't give a shit about her electronics and just they break all the damn time.
Our mission is to capture and hold the marked objective. Let's do it.
I think in general, though, I'm just gonna remain not posting on the forums.
So if you were a community manager for one of those posts, the moment anything starts going negative, it's like you can have. We're not saying you can't have your own opinions on something, but when you're shit posting and basically antagonizing other people or attacking their point because you don't like what they have to say about a particular tank or premium thing or whatever, or the matchmaking or anything about the game in general, if you don't like what someone says, keep it to yourself. Their opinion is their opinion. They have their right to it, but it's
See, I don't
to a
have
certain
a
extent.
problem. My issue has always been like that people conflate
Capturing our base.
having an opinion with having the right to express that opinion at all times. And people think that because someone else expresses an opinion they don't like, they have a God-given right to
attack that
express their
person.
hatred of your opinion. I don't care if you like my opinion or not. You have the right to express your dislike of my opinion to
Yep.
an extent. But if you're just coming here just to shit all over what I think and feel, then you don't have a right
You're
to
not
do
there
that,
just
no.
to be, you know.
Because this is a public forum, but
there's
it's
a
still
way
a
to
public forum with rules.
sorry. There's a way to have a healthy discussion, and there's a way to be just a
Yeah,
major dick.
Like, perfect example. I don't agree with you. I don't think this community is toxic. I think it can easily be avoided if you just pick and choose who you decide to talk to and communicate with. I still think that's a bullshit opinion, but you know what? I can see where you would get with that, and I can disagree with you, and I can explain to you why I disagree with you. But if your opinion is, oh, ha ha ha, you're just disagreeing with everyone, and you don't want anyone else to disagree with you, if that's your response to it, then no. I know there's the fatherland shooting at me.
All right, I'm coming. But yeah, it's like there's a way to have a discussion, and if you don't like someone's opinion, that's fine. There's no saying
I mean, you saw
can't
the place.
disagree.
None of the people who I'm blocked, you don't know who I blocked, but I blocked on Instagram. None of the people who
Commented.
were causing the trouble. No, there were lots of people who disagreed and had a legitimate point,
Yeah.
but then they quickly kind of threw that point out the window when they started shitting on me. And it's like,
They've spotted us.
none of them made their point in a way that was conducive to a healthy conversation. I didn't shit on anyone. I literally didn't shit on anyone. Like, nothing about my opinion was shitting on people or like ragging on their opinions or talking down about them. You know, I didn't do any of the things that people was done to me and done because I didn't like them or didn't like their opinion or whatever the hell.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but like I said, there's a limit to that. When you start, it's like, oh, well, That opinion no longer is an opinion when you start attacking the person because you don't agree with them and shitting on everything they have to say.
Yeah, pretty
Oh crap! That LTG is gonna get
much.
behind me.
And it's disheartening because it's like, this isn't about me being too soft. Because that's another thing that got repeated over and over again. This wasn't about me being too soft. This is about you're an asshole. Plain and simple, you're a fucking asshole. And when you act like an asshole, it's just like, what, like why should I even bother taking you seriously? Yeah. I want to be done talking about it, but it's like, I can't get over how fucking annoying I am.
Childish some people can be. More than childish, I think.
It's just so, like... It's just one big echo chamber, is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the reason Trump got elected.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if I'm getting political, it's the truth. People can get mad at me all they want, it's the fucking that moron's a president.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I probably shouldn't say that, because God forbid I should have an opinion.
Yep.
Silly
You're wrong
me
for
with
having
my
an opinion.
opinions
What's
and
wrong
thoughts
with you?
and feelings.
Oh,
I should just be a
in the hall.
mindless drone.
Woof! There's a Dougie in the hall.
Telling me I
should
should
be
know
quiet.
better than to just be a mindless drone.
I know, right? Oh, someone's got a Doug in the hall and it's barking like crazy.
You know, the thing is, like, I rarely use my Tiger 131.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like Tigers and I use it occasionally, but it's not that powerful of a tank. It really
I
isn't.
love it. It's faster than the hammer tank.
Yeah. Well, the Hammer doesn't have the maxed engine. The Tiger 131 has the same engine as the maxed out Tiger. But it's like, for all the complaining about how overpowered it is, so few people use it, because the people who have it know it's not overpowered, because it's just not that interesting of a tank. It's fun.
It's pretty,
and
it's pretty.
Yeah. It's nice to have the museum tank, because that's the tank that the Bovington Museum has, but it's
Which
not
for the longest
all that
time, Jingles was mad about that we had and they didn't.
I'm not getting into that, but it's just so, like, all the bitching, and I guarantee you these people don't have that.
I bet you the majority of the people that talk about... And another tank they bitch about that's overpowered, which is amongst them, is the Nameless. Yeah.
They stopped. I don't know if they still bitch about that tank. It's been out for a long time, and I think people just... I know it's weird, because a lot more people use the Nameless and it's not overpowered, and a lot less people use the Tiger 131 and people complain it is.
Yep.
Oh wait, hold on. Our third tank came back, didn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're gonna use that? Okay, fine. Works for me.
No, because I want to get this stupid tank done with.
Don't want to make you
To be
easy
fair,
on
the
me.
tank... No, I don't. If I have to suffer, you have to suffer.
I have to suffer? Why?
Because I have to suffer the stupidity of the internet, so you have to suffer this terrible matchmaking.
Not terrible.
It's a fail platoon, Hannah.
No, when you know what was fail is the fact that the tier what was it, the tier 7? Oh, sorry. The tier 7 that you were using before, what was it, the A44 was ending up in friggin' matchmaking with tier 9.
Yeah, but that was just matchmaking. The tank itself wasn't a bad tank.
Even
This
when I
tank,
chose
I
a
have a
tank
harder
with
time
alongside yours that was more or less the same tier, it was still putting us against tier 9s almost every time.
The tank is terrible. Oh, the matchmaking is terrible. Jim just shared an article about the Quantic Dream studio being a toxic workplace.
I didn't see that. The last thing I see tweeted from him. Maybe I have all.
He didn't
I
share
have
it
this-
just now. He shared it. I don't know when he shared it. He shared it. I don't care.
Oh, okay.
222.
Okay, I think that's the one right there. Yeah. Okay.
I wasn't paying attention. I was driving on. So it was like, yeah, 40 minutes ago.
Okay, yeah, I see it. Okay, I'll look at it afterwards. I'm gonna sit back here at the
Even
back
better
of
reading it.
the
I
thing and
just
snipe.
noticed it. Because we were talking about toxic and sharing something about toxicity.
Enemies
Oh,
That's
someone
another word,
sees
like,
me.
you can't use the word toxic without other people overusing the word toxic.
I'm gonna get hit
So
by
many people-
artillery. Here it comes. I'm being spotted. It's that damn light tank over there. Incoming shell. Yep, that hit right where I was just at. Holy crap, that was close.
Oh, look, a tiger, it's so overpowered! Oh, wait, no, that's a regular tiger because it's the same thing.
I mean,
Sorry,
don't
I'm
get
not
me
gonna
wrong,
let
I
that
do
go.
love the tank.
I'm not gonna let that go, Hannah, you know I'm not gonna.
You know.
So much.
Stay
bitching.
there,
Oh, it's overpowered.
T-34-3, come on.
Oh, it's overpowered. Oh, so much. So overpowered. Oh my god, so amazing.
It's so overpowered, you don't even know.
like, I love how people call it overpowered, but then they call the Tiger 131 a shit tank. Even though the Tiger 131, the Jag Tiger 88. Oh, it's such a shit tank because that's such a shit gun. But it has a faster rate of fire than the Tiger 131 in the same cannon. Actually, no, it has a better 88mm than the Tiger 131 at a faster rate of fire. I can bring that down to like 3 seconds, or almost 3 seconds. I
Seriously?
don't remember the exact number, but it's like a really fucking short. If you do all the things you need to boost it, you can bring it down to like 4.5, almost 3. So like,
Oh, I set him on
it's
fire.
such-
Yes, there we go.
Such a weird double standard. And I get that sees tier 9s, but it also has tier 9 armor, so it compensates for that by having the amazing armor and the preferred matchmaking.
Yep.
Which is why it's not a shit tank. It's not the best tank. I'm not gonna say it is. It has its definite fucking flaws. But it's a weird double standard. That
Oh,
you'll
I've been
complain
spotted. By
about
what?
the Tiger 131, but you won't complain about a tank with a similarly
Incoming
ridiculous rate of fire gun.
Ow. Something sees me over there and I don't like that. I'm moving.
Enemies got us in
Oh
their
crap,
sights.
oh crap, oh crap, oh crap.
I guess it's
oh
just
crap,
part of
oh
that
crap,
double
oh crap,
standard
oh
that I
crap.
agree.
Something sees me over there and I can't see what it is.
I don't understand how I'm missing the tiger this much.
Oh, that might be what's... No, that can't be what's seeing me. No, but he does see me, that's for sure.
On target. We got him. Enemies looking right at us.
Fuck, I missed.
I'm gonna die.
Fine. What? I don't know how that missed, but okay. I'm hungry. I might make something to eat in a little while. I haven't eaten lunch, really.
I'm depressed because this community is toxic and they can fucking go die.
Yeah. It's like I want to enjoy the game and I want to enjoy the community, but it kind of makes it difficult when that kind of crap happens. There, it looks like there's more tanks over
Probably
by
why,
where you were.
out of all the communities I hate, like, which is most of them because they're all terrible. One of the few ones I don't hate so much is Jack's community, which aren't as bad as others. Mark's is terrible. A lot of them are terrible, but like Mark. I guess the ones that are the worst are the ones you actually have to deal with. I'm dead. I guess that's always the way it is, though, isn't it? People only really tend to complain about the communities and fan bases they actually physically have to deal with, you know? You're less likely to complain about... Even if a community is super toxic, you're less likely to complain about it if you're not dealing with it.
Oh, someone got
You know,
it.
if you're not dealing with the toxic bullshit on World of Tanks, the
Regular
World of
base.
Tanks community, because you're like on with the World of Tanks community, because you're too busy blocking literally everything that comes your way, then of course you're not going to think they're toxic, and you're just going to be a toxic asshole about
Or
it.
that you're just toxic yourself and you see it as an attack on you for being toxic.
But if you have to, like, let's say, comment on a video for Markiplier, or comment in a video
exactly.
for PewDiePie, or
You
keep in mind,
automatically you automatically have them jumping down your throat.
you wouldn't believe how many people I've seen, like, comment on one of Mark's videos, and I've done it too, but I've seen
You
so,
know exactly
I've
what's gonna
tried,
happen when you see them comment. You
yeah,
know,
like
you're like
every time I
you're
see
in for it.
someone criticize Mark, it's always the same instant crazy tearing apart of limbs from his fan base. Same thing for PewDiePie, same thing for even fucking Logan has fucking 12-year-old fucking defenders.
I bet it happens all the time. Honestly, it's like it's
You wouldn't
it's like
believe.
sharks in the water. They smell blood. They come friggin' tearing limb
I
from
had
limb.
to stop watching, even Jack is not immune to this. I had to stop watching his playthrough of South Park because of the sheer transphobic bullshit that came from his comments.
And
That the
he
fact
doesn't
that
say
he didn't
anything.
really say anything about it kind of
He
upset
hasn't.
me. Although I can't blame him because he probably doesn't pay attention to that guy. I know he doesn't pay attention to things like that, but it's still really disheartening
I know.
because it's like you expect better of all the communities you to expect better from. Jax is probably the one of the ones you expect more from. You know. Hold on. I need 48,000 just to get the last upgrade, and
Yeah,
that's still
that's more or less what
that's
I need for my next purchase.
I basically need a total of 198,000 XP.
Holy crap.
Just so much. I don't want to
That's
do
gonna
it.
that's gonna be me for my tier 9. I need, and then that's not including the next upgrade. If I go through the process of getting the last upgrade for the AT-15, that's 75,000 for the last upgrade. That does
I need to
carry
learn
over
how
to
to
the
use this tank. This is not going to be fun if I have to do this tank and deal with this shit all the way up until the tier 9. And the tier 9 is not going to be much different. It only has 1 extra degree of gun depression. I don't know, to be fair, it probably has better armor. I believe it does, last time I checked.
Well, I know that when I give you that upgrade, I helped you get that upgrade. It basically, I looked at the comparison. I swapped it between the two just to see where the armor band was, and the yellow that was on the front of your turret,
Green.
whatever. The band of armor that's the thickest at the front of your thing was a smaller portion on the beginning turret. As soon as I applied the upgrade, I compared it, and the upgrade band, that little stretch of armor that was the thickest, it was a lot longer, and it kind of reached onto the towards the top of the turret too. So it was
It's
like
one
a
of
white
those weird colors. It's one of those weird colors that it looks green next to the yellow, but it looks yellow next to the green.
Yeah, it's like a limeish.
It's
looking.
definitely green. I'm not going to mistake that for yellow, but it's hard to say that it's not green when it's next to the other darker greens, because it's 2 in the middle. But next to literally any of the yellow, it looks green as fuck.
Sounds like they're doing upgrades upstairs. I need 42,000 to the next upgrade. Well, 42,600. If I stick with this tank up until the tank bull, I should have it. As soon as tank bull starts, we're going to be using Russian tanks pretty much all the time, and that's one thing I'm going to have to... I'm trying to get as much work as I can out of it now before the tank bull. Because once tank ball starts, Russian tanks. And this is a British vehicle, so...
I'm not in any rush to get anything done. I don't know why you're such a rush to get the Death Star.
No,
That's
I'm
such
trying
a
to get as
painful
much
tank
of
to
it
go
done because I like the tortoise. I might keep the tortoise when I get it, just
through.
because
You never
it's...
used it.
I know, but I like the look of it.
I guess. I'm just saying, like, all of the tanks in that line are all pretty much the same kind of playstyle. So the tank you're using now was basically what the tortoise is, just at tier 9. With probably better armor, equivalent-wise, but...
Got enemies in the air. Take them down. Capture their base.
If I was working on a tank I'd rather work on, I'd probably be working on the Chinese light, but... Since I want to have at least one line I'm, focusing hard on for this event. since we're going to be running a whole lot of Russian tanks anyway.
Yeah.
Especially with the XP boost.
Oh yeah, they're giving. How much does it say how much of a boost we get?
1.25. You know that it said that much.
So as we're using them, so I'm gonna have to choose a tank line. Well, maybe I might be using the SU-152 during that if I don't get the next tank before then. My main focus right now is to get the AT-15 because I've been trying to get the AT-15 since the last time there was an op leading up to the Death Star. So, and I missed out on getting it because it was just annoying. Why give me tier 9 tech? What am I supposed to do with the tier 9? Oh, wow, look how many tier 10s we got. Okay, switching to armor piercing.
Fuck this matchmaking, man.
This is exactly what we're talking about.
Armor piercing is not gonna help. It's not gonna help. Not with this guy.
What about mine? Do you think mine would do something?
Honestly, I would avoid anything that's a heavy tank at tier 9. They have 2 E100s and an IS-7. They have a Death Star, a Waffentrager. People bitch about overpowered tanks, but not about the ones that actually are legitimately overpowered. But, I don't know. Just blah. I'm gonna have to turn around because I have nothing to shoot over here.
Yeah, the majority of the enemy team seems to be coming from this direction. I'm looking for a tree or something to get knocked down over there because I can see that there's a lot of tanks on that hill. Oh. But it says out of range.
Considering I can't see shit from over here because my vision range doesn't physically reach over there, I'm moving.
Alright. Do you want me to come with you?
No.
Why not?
I tried to go over there. Too late now. If I'd known, I would have gone over there to help you.
Two heavy tanks over there. What are they? I wish I could see what they were.
I bet you they're fighting. Yeah, they're arguing. Let's switch over. I just want to hear.
Okay. Just go and look and see what they're doing. Zero penetration, of course.
Reloaded.
Come on. Come on.
We've lost all our artillery.
Oh, there he is. There's the ATs. There's IS-7. You. Crap, I can't beat on him. If he just pop his head up a little more, because he is angled
Not
sideways.
a lot of bitching. There was a little bit of bitching, a little bit of trying to coordinate with the
artillery.
Artillery on us, because they're both in a platoon, I think. And then where he was trying to tell him where to shoot to try and hit someone, since he died anyway. It was a little bit. He bitched about the chieftain on a team camping now. I wonder if the chieftain heard. I think the chieftain might have heard him because the chieftain just came over here. Which, to be fair, the chieftain shouldn't be camping. Like, of all the tanks that should be sniping, the chieftain is definitely not one of them. Because it's such a multi-role. It's basically a main battle tank. It can perform the role of a medium, or a heavy, or a scout, or whatever you generally need. It's a really fucking good tank.
I can't hit that. IS-7 over there.
I'm not sure where I'm. Oh, what the hell is wrong with the chieftain? Why?
What happened? Where'd he go?
He kamikazed into the fucking E100.
Wow, that was stupid.
Yeah, he just bonsaied into it and then got T-boned by it.
Wow, that was genius.
Fucking idiot. Oh, here comes another E100.
An IS-7's right in front of us. I would turn around to give you a hand, but I'm got my hands full in front of me. Oh, so we already lost our artillery, and they probably are. Yeah, I don't see them talking anymore, so it looks like they left.
No, they left. They both died, so they both left.
Yeah, I don't blame them, honestly. There's an There's an IS-7 over here. They still have all their tanks. How did we lose so badly? Oh crap!
So we have tier 10 heavies that are camping in our base, or had, who then proceeded
To loot kamikaze, yeah.
Who then proceeded to YOLO it and then kamikaze into a fucking tier E100. I may or may not kill myself in protest.
Yeah.
Definitely out of protest, and not because.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill myself. Fuck this. Not against what
I'm not really gonna kill myself. I don't have the heart to do it, but.
Yep. No, I'm being slammed into by a friggin' Foch. Yep, he just bonsai'd down the hill and got me. Kill yourself. Do it.
Nope.
A Foch came flying down the hill behind me and just smashed into the back of me and killed me.
We got a team who it's a 15-0 defeat. Of course it is. Oh wait, no, it's not. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is 15.
None of us got any kills. They lost no tanks.
To be fair, I had nothing I could do. I had to turn around because they were all fucking camping and preventing people from coming up the north. So I turned around to help the guy who was dying over there, and then he died, and then there was just nothing but E100 in front of me.
Look at that. There's a group of 3. One with the Death Star, the other one the Foch 145, which is the guy that killed me, and then the Patton. So it's like we had all these tanks and we didn't even get any kills.
Well, that's what happens when you have people who camp and do nothing and don't know how to play the game. We had a bunch of high tier. Our job wasn't to go to the front lines and fight. Our job was to stay in the back because we're fucking tier 8 in a tier 10 battle. And it's a tier 10. It's not even like one of those battles that was only a couple tier 10s. It's almost all tier 10s and 9s. There was a lot of tier 10s and 9s. I don't get why they all hid in the back. I'm never gonna get this tank done.
$42,400 and something. This is gonna take a while. This is about 40 matches. If we get good matches, I could probably get this done tonight. But that would mean heavy amount of grinding, and we can't have matches like that last one.
What do you expect to happen when we have people who decide, you know what, I know I'm in a tier 10 heavy, I'm a top tier heavy in a tier 10 battle, let me camp in the base all the way in the back where I'm never going to kill anyone. What do you expect to happen? People have no fucking clue what they're doing. It's not like we had bad tanks on our team either, so there were some pretty good tanks on our team and they still didn't do shit.
Yeah. None of them managed to do anything because they spent most of that time camping like little pussies.
Neither did I, but to be fair, I'm in a tier 8 trying to shoot an E100.
Yeah, that's like me throwing a pebble at a friggin' tsunami. Yeah, it's not gonna do much.
I penetrated it, but it was only because he was in just the right angle for me to hit the inside the drive wheel.
Yeah.
You know, that spot where most tanks have no armor.
See, look at the matchmaking now. It suddenly was nice to us, and look what we got. Tier 8.
Yeah, and then we're gonna get idiots who YOLO across the field and die.
Yep.
And to be fair, I'm still learning how to use this tank, and it's really hard to learn how to use this tank if it's constant tier 10s. I need to have some good matches.
Especially when people YOLO and boom.
Because in a tier 10 battle, I can't really be adventurous and I can't experiment with this tank. I have to kind of just stay in the back and pray to God no one sees me.
Exactly. Let's hope they implement your favorite little your little emblem that you wanted.
Ready to fire on target. Ready to fire.
I know that tiger's still over there somewhere. Question is where? I think he moved. Smart guy. Oh, what's that? That's an SU-100. Oh, tiger's still over there. Okay. But I can't aim up because I have no elevation. Crap. Light tanks are storming our base. Our spawn point's getting overrun.
I can't do anything over here.
Yeah, can you come over in here and give me a hand then? Because I'm about to get wrecked by all these tanks.
I'm not sure
over
I
here.
can turn away. But whatever.
Try.
If you lose, I'm blaming you. If we lose because there's not enough tanks over here, I'm blaming you. Remember that.
Locked on.
Because almost all their tanks are over here, not over there.
Location.
There's an Holland Hund and some other shit streaming their way over here.
You know, right now I don't care about the Holland Hunt. Because the Holland Hunt wasn't the one that was threatening to cause us to lose.
Yeah, well, if he gets beside me, I'm screwed because I have no way of turning.
Ready to fire on target.
Okay, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm not a normal medium tank. This is basically a TD. I can't go YOLOing across the field.
They've spotted us.
Help! I'm so screwed. I can't turn. He knows that.
Yes, he does know that.
Help
I
me!
literally cannot. I cannot physically come over there without getting blown up. So
Fucking hell. Matches
there's a
like
heavy
this.
tank right behind you. There's a heavy tank right behind you who's doing nothing to help
One
you.
of our trackers damaged.
I hit
He's
something.
staying right beside me. I can't fucking turn.
Enemies looking right at us.
Oh no, he's not. What the hell am I hitting?
Fucking hell, man.
Why don't you go complain to the heavy tank that was literally right next to you and did absolutely nothing?
Watched me panic and struggle.
Up higher,
No, he's not. There was a tank over there, but he's
over
moved.
the ridge. If you will.
No, he's moved. He's not that down. Yeah, I don't know what heavy tank was over there, but he kind of just watched you die.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's over there, but I can't spot it. Which is weird. I should be able to spot it. I have the vision range for it.
Get out of there, get out of there.
Heavy tank. Are you still there, or are you sending angry messages?
No, I'm here. I'm watching you.
You're not gonna send angry messages at the guy who left you to die?
No, there's no point. He's an asshole. What can you do?
Guess he's just gonna laugh at you and then post it on the forums about how stupid you are.
Probably. Wouldn't doubt it.
Look how dumb this noob is. They had the nerve to complain about something stupid I did. Har har har. Stupid noobs. Oh, look, it's an Object 416. Let me
Kill
go
it.
say hi. We're friends. Because we're the same tank. We're the same.
He won't shoot you? Is that your logic?
Yeah. Yeah, we won't shoot. We're the same tank.
You're not gonna get there.
Why would you?
before-
What kind of person would shoot the same tank as theirs on a battlefield? Especially when they have the same Russian crews and Russian markings and all that stuff.
Russian? Russian vodka?
Yeah, Russian Borscht vodka Russian. Why'd you do that?
You killed your friend.
I didn't do the best in this tank because I couldn't fucking move anywhere because I didn't see
Yeah,
what
and
the fuck
then
was
I
over
got the problem with having no turret is that exact reason. People get behind you or beside you, and you're pretty much screwed at that point.
Well, that's
And
why
just
they
some-
were supposed to back you up and not just leave you to die.
Yep.
Yeah, looking at the Object 430 Mark II, it has better armor, so maybe if I can go hull down in it, it's a little bit easier to deal with.
Yep.
I would still rather just get the 430. No particular reason though, I just kind of want it. At least the turret's more rounded. I couldn't stand that weird.
Yeah, that's what I
like-
noticed when I applied that upgrade. I noticed that your turret is a little more curved. That's why there's more armor in the front, right around the turret, and it kind of overextends onto the roof of it just a little bit. The band is a lot wider. Whereas I look on the older one, and it really didn't have much armor in the front of your turret. It was more this tiny little slit.
I know the tank isn't bad, but it's just
It's kind of difficult to use.
why would you? Why would you design a tank to have the driver like that? Why would you limit the? I mean, I get why, because it's supposed to be SPG, not supposed to be a medium tank. But I mean, come on. I guess it would have been weird. I mean, I guess what they put it in because it kind of fits with that tree better than it would with an artillery tree. But I mean, you could have given it like some kind of advantage, man. It's the only tank in that tree that can't turn the turret all the way around. Why? Like, why would you, like, it's such a weird trait, because it's something usually exclusive to tank destroyers and artillery, which tend to be interchangeable. I mean, just look at the Hummel and the Grilla. You know, the tank destroyer, and it's also it's an artillery, but it's also a tank destroyer, because they're kind of interchangeable in their roles. At least they were treated that way. Tier 9.
We've got enemies incoming. Either take them out or capture their
Heard me?
base. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on
Tier 9.
dislocation.
I knew that was going to happen. I was hoping against hope that that wouldn't. Obviously, I got drafted.
I don't want to go this way because everyone else is going this way, but I don't feel like screwing myself over.
Just support from the back kind of thing.
That's the problem, is that everyone's going in one fucking direction. Again. Fuck,
Geniuses.
I have to go down the way that's
Yeah,
going
I
to have
know.
to.
I'll back you up.
I have to sacrifice my damn tank. And why do I have to sacrifice my tank? Because we're fucking idiots. They're all landing trained. Look at that. They're all going in... That's the problem. They either all camp or they all go in one direction.
And if you so much as tell them why you doing that, oh, because everyone's lemming training, that's how you do it. No, it's not. It's not how you do it. Idiots.
Ready to fire.
I'm situated right behind you, so...
But then if you tell them off... Oh, God.
the headache begins.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, come on. Don't be shy. Come on out.
Hey, is there a way to turn off the auto-targeting thing that these tanks do?
Nah, I
Because
don't
that's
think
really...
so.
I hate that so much.
Oh, God.
Artillery shot me. It didn't...
Yes.
I don't think it hit directly, but...
It still did
I
enough
probably
damage. It still did.
I
200
probably
damage.
shouldn't wait around for it to do it again.
No.
I'm just gonna move to the other side of the wall.
Yeah, see, he still thinks you're there, so he fired at the same spot.
Your ass shot at the wrong thing. Dumbass.
Look, the majority of them have already died over there. Oh wait, one of them died.
Fucking morons. I swear to God, if they all die there, I'm gonna get mad.
He's aiming, he's looking for your ass. You see that? He's still hitting around generally where you were.
Yeah, because he thinks I'm dumb enough to stay in one spot. Let him waste his shots and keeps him out from actually aiming at my spot.
Yeah, well, eventually, there's two of them actually.
What I don't get is like you fired and then you missed or you didn't hit it, so you fired the
I've been
same spot
spotted.
again.
Oh,
as if I'm
behind
gonna
me!
Be dumb. Whatever, I guess I'm turning around now. If you can track him, you know.
I'm gonna try to.
That would be useful.
Crap, I missed.
Tracked him. And he fixed it.
Oh, okay.
I probably shouldn't have aimed for the tracks.
Fire on target. Penetration.
Oh,
Enemy's got
I accidentally behind you.
They're knocked out.
I can't turn around.
Behind
I
you.
can't turn!
I'm turning to help you. I pushed you so that you face him. You're welcome.
Thank you. Oh crap, I missed.
Enemy's looking right.
No! No, 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 no! Why is my tank doing the wiggle? Oh my god.
We got him.
I tracked him. Why? My tank is
This
doing the
guy had-
wiggle.
He had an advantage and he tried to be, oh look how scary I am, I'm gonna ram into you. Idiot. What
My
the hell was
tank's-
that about? He easily could have killed you and then fucked me over because I'd be by myself.
My
Instead,
tank
he tried to
started doing
ram
the
into
damn
you.
wiggle.
What an idiot.
My tank. You saw my tank, right? It was doing the friggin' wiggle.
I honestly wasn't paying attention. I was too busy trying to kill him so that you wouldn't die. So,
Yeah, tiger, down the center.
would you rather I had paid attention
No,
and then
no,
gotten
no,
you
no.
killed?
I'm
or gotten you
glad
killed?
that ended up the way it did. Oh god, 45 OB. Run!
Oh, that Carnarvon is gonna kill me. No, no, he didn't.
I'm gonna die.
Bye bye. I'm not sure why you didn't turn around to help that heavy.
I can't. I'm almost dead. Wait, I'm turning. Eh. What is it? It's a VK. Yeah, there's no way in hell. I'm gonna have to switch to premium.
I'm gonna have to go with everyone else, so you might have to run or help that the KV4. It's up to you.
Enemy's looking right at us.
Oh, he's looking at me. Ah, he bounced, but he did some damage. Didn't completely pen.
Gosh. Gosh is dead.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I'll get behind this. Yeah.
Figures. The last two tanks are the... And artillery killed himself.
Wait, their artillery killed himself? Holy crap.
Yeah, he killed himself.
I need help with this tank over here, because I can't pen him. He's looking at me. He's looking at me because I'm an easy kill. That's why I'm trying to hide around the side of this wall. If he doesn't finish off the KV4, he's gonna come straight for me. Oh, I managed to pen him. Wow, I wasn't even. Oh.
No, don't look over here.
No, 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 no.
Here. Okay, now I can shoot that VK from the back.
Yeah, he's not looking at me. Not looking at me.
Oh, yeah, because he's too busy looking at everyone else trying to kill his ass.
There we go.
Damn. Almost had the shot to kill him, but that fucking...
Yeah, no, I managed to get one shot into him. I thought maybe I'd roll for a higher damage output, but apparently that didn't work because he was angled just right. That it still did some damage. Ooh, I got.
I don't get why that
1800.
IS killed himself on you. He had every opportunity to kill you without doing that.
Well, with my tank doing its spasm, he had plenty
No,
of
I mean
opportunity to
like
kill.
no, I mean he charged into you like an idiot instead of staying behind you.
And then you
Yet he
bumped
could have
me,
gotten
which
more-
turned me towards him.
I was gonna ram you, but I still wouldn't have been able to turn you all the way. He still could have gotten a good shot off into you.
And then at
Instead
one
of shooting
point, he
you,
was getting around the
he
side of me
rolled
while
into
my
you.
tank was doing its weird spasm crap. He had enough time to shoot me. His gun was aiming at my exposed side while my tank was freaking out. Ooh, 39,000 to go. Nice.
Well, you're complaining about how you're running a tier, again with the tier 8, and you've had no problem doing better than me in most cases. You're lucky I don't know how to use this tank. Too bad Redbot's on her, still dealing with her wedding. I am glad they deleted that post.
Oh, the one with all the shit talking?
Yeah, it's not worth...
Oh, tier 10s. Alright.
The-
I'm gonna use more... I'll try with the regular rounds. If it doesn't work, then I'm switching to premium.
Honestly, your premium probably won't pen most of them, but give it a try. Yeah, they have auto-loading American Heavy and a Japanese Tier 10 Heavy, so... And an E100. You know, people complain all the E100s, it's shit, but it's not.
249. With the derp gun.
E100 just requires teamwork and team participation to do well. It's a good team, A100 is pretty much invincible because no one's getting behind it. I just love how no one came over this way, so I'm gonna get steamrolled.
There, and the T-57 Heavy decided to come over to say hi. All the heavy tanks came down that one side while everyone else is barreling off down that one other side.
I knew they would come here.
The
I
actual
fucking
tanks
knew they
came
always
this way.
come here. They always fucking come here. The heavy tanks always come in this fucking direction.
Focus on this area.
Alright, I'm
Well, they're
switching
gonna steamroll all the way over here because there was no one there to stop them. I'm not gonna stop them. There's no way I'm stopping a heavy tank. No amount of tracking is gonna do that against a group of them. Remember, we're not top tier, so it's not our job to keep them back. It's our job to support the heavy tanks and
Yeah,
Guess what
try
we
to
don't
track
have over here?
them and do T10 coming down the side road.
By the way, we don't have any heavy tanks that we're supposed to be supporting. Oh, oh no. No, 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 no. Yeah, no. I'm leaving, just letting you know that now.
Yep, T-57
that's a no.
Heavy. And T-34 Black.
That's a full-on nope for me. I'm not in a top tier tank. This is not my job to hold back an ocean of metal bullshit.
I hit the T-34 Black's armor rack.
Just so you know, you're gonna get steamrolled.
You know.
You know. Dead. By the way, all the heavy tanks are on the other side of the map, not carrying.
Oh, hi!
Wait, how many? 1, 2, 3 heavy tanks dealing with a single heavy tank? God, you guys are incompetent and stupid. There's 3 of you. Just charge into him for something. There's 3. There was 4 of you a second ago. Where the fuck is?
have 4 against 1 and 1 guy's dead.
Where'd the 4th guy go? I saw a 4th guy over here. What, did he die? Where the fuck did he go?
I'm gonna do as much as I did as much as I could. I did as much as I could against that. There was nothing I could do.
Hannah, look on the other side of the map. Look what all 3 of our heavies are doing. There were 4 of them over here, by the way. I don't know where the other one went. But one of them died. And the other 3 are just... Look what
One
they're
of
doing.
them's in their base. He's over here. What is it that's in their base? What is it? You got yourself in... Oh, that's a very narrow doorway.
Idiots. None of them thought to come. Look! Now they're getting hit from behind. Fucking morons. Oh, it's too late to notice that now. No, wait, no, don't look at me. Oh, he's not looking at me. Okay, good. Look, I did what 3 of them couldn't do. Fucking morons. I'm just a tier 8. These are tier 10 and 9 tanks. Unbelievable. Fucking brain surgeons.
Brain
This is
surgeons
capping
are
our
giving
base.
us- No, we're capping theirs.
Fucking incompetent. That isn't like, how do you get to tier 10 like that? See, that's the kind of shit I have no problem people complaining about. How do you get to tier 10 and not
234.
know a single fucking thing about how to play this game? Unbelievable.
Whoa! We were capping their base, but then they stopped. Oh, I see why. They got a medium and a heavy coming in.
Unfucking believable, incompetent. Like this, that's just incompetency on the highest level. Like, holy fuck, you're at tier 9 and 10. There, I'm not joking, there were 3 of them all fighting one tank.
Whoa. Well, that derped.
I'm dead. I'm
Yep.
dead, I'm 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 dead.
Getting yourself... Oh,
Bounce.
bounce that.
No, 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 you don't see me, 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 you don't see me,
Hit him.
you don't see me, you don't see me. No, 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 no.
Oh, you gotta... Oh, you're so
Oh
screwed now.
no! Not the Japanese one, no! No! I was just killing it, no! Fuck! Fuck! What
Stay on the
the?
other side of him. Stay on the other... Use him as a shield.
I can't! No! No,
Um,
no, no,
hi.
no, no, no,
Hit the heavy, hit the
no,
heavy, hit
no,
the
I
heavy.
didn't mean it. What? Whatever, not gonna complain. You can't hit me. You can't hit me. Ha! You can't hit me. You actually can't hit me.
Stay there,
I'm
stay
too
there,
small.
stay there.
No, don't get in my way. Don't get in my way. Don't get in my way. Holy shit!
You were luck.
Oh, wow.
Because you're so
What the fuck was that?
You were
I'll take it. You got really lucky. You got
What the hell
really
was
lucky.
that? What the fuck was that?
You got really lucky. Holy
Because you're too-
crap.
It was like just like you could play the Benny Hill music over that shit. They were just like, I don't get why the T-57 Heavy wasn't killing me.
Yeah, like he got blasted by the artillery. It's like, whatever, I'll take it.
I don't know why they. I guess maybe my tank was so short they couldn't aim down.
Maybe. Sometimes it does benefit to have a small tank like that.
This tank is wide, but it's really fucking short. Like I know, I think it was.
It really worked for you.
The chieftain, he was able to get on the tank in a single step. I think he just stepped up and was on top of the tank. That's how short it is.
Well, there was an even smaller tank, wasn't it? What was it? The light tank? It was a small little itty bitty French tank.
No, I'm not talking about the French tanks. I mean, like, of all the tanks he's ever gotten on, this was the easiest for him to get on top of and into. He just took one step and was on top of the tank, and then just took another step and was inside of it. Even he said so
Damn.
himself that it was the easiest tank he's ever been able to get into. The French ones are a pain in the ass because
they're small and he's tall and it
they're
doesn't make it
so
easy.
small, but this one is so wide that it's actually pretty.
Someone
like, I
actually
think the
asked a
drivers.
question. He's like, Mr. Great says, is there such a thing as being an OP tank? It depends. You want to answer that one, Jade?
Well, yeah, if you're talking about a tank like the fucking Death Star, which can one-hit kill half the tanks in the game, if not all of them, and has armor to boot. It has the armor of what, a fucking heavy tank? With a crazy-ass gun on it? You have the Waffentrager, which is an unbalanced mess. It's fun, but it's unbalanced as fuck. What's not overpowered is a tier 7 fucking Tiger 131. It's...
Or a
the
nameless.
stats
at
are a
tier
little
8.
bit overboard, but...
Or the nameless. That's another good
In order for
example.
something, at least for me, in order for me to call something overpowered, it has to be so strong that it is literally overpowering. It is physically overpowering to anything coming up to it. Something like a Japanese heavy, which with those derp cannons of theirs when they're using premium rounds, those things are nearly indestructible. They one-hit kill everything, and they don't reward skill. A Death Star, someone can just pop premium rounds, and boom, everything is dead. That's overpowered. But a little itty-bitty tier 7 German heavy, which can easily be killed by half the tanks that it's coming up against, no.
Pick a tank.
It has to be it has to actually be overpowering for me, at least for me to consider it overpowered. And most tanks
I
don't
hope
fit
that answered
though.
your
Most tanks-
question, Mr. Great.
most tanks have a weak spot, and they can be exploited
to some
fairly
degree.
easily. Like the Nameless, which is terrible gun depression. If you're a small tank, get up next to it and just shoot the lower player.
He's asking, so getting a Death Star tank, is the way to go in PvP? No, I'm only heading up the Death Star because I like the look of it, and it's also overpowered and something. You know, I like
You're
it.
using it because it's overpowered. Don't.
And I want to be able to play that music, the Star Wars thing. Dan, 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 dan.
You just want an overpowered.
But no, it's
That's why
there
you're
are
using
plenty of tanks that are good if you know how to use them properly. It just depends on what you're using and how you use it. Some people get new premium
armor
tanks
isn't
or new
everything.
tanks.
Too many people focus on armor as the other
What was
problem.
that guy we had? One of our old friends. He got it really annoying. All he would ever use is premium tanks all the time, and he would only
the Chris
use.
Lepak.
Yeah.
That was like your friend.
One of our
Chris.
friends. He would use the tanks only to get the XP, and then spend a crap ton of money, convert it off, and never even try using the tank to learn it. So then when he ended up having to use it,
what people call a wallet warrior.
yeah, he's what you would call a wallet warrior, essentially. He basically would spend all this money to convert XP off of his premium tanks, only to never be able to, when he finally is like, oh, I don't have any tanks at your tier. Okay, then he goes and buys back another tank, and then suddenly he doesn't know how to use it, and he's like, oh, this tank sucks. It's like, no, because you never used it.
He also
You
wouldn't shut up about the fucking bulldog.
Oh God, yeah. But yeah, the main thing is the friggin'.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with skipping past the tank, as long as you do the research necessary to learn how to use it. Because
exactly.
the whole reason why it takes forever is because you're supposed to learn most, not all of them, because the Death Star has nothing to do with the rest of the tanks in this tree, which is really weird.
Yeah.
But most tanks, they're all the same, and they just get progressively stronger, or their tree gets progressively better. And the whole point is that you're supposed to learn the ins and outs of that particular tank line, and over time you get good at using that particular type of tank. And if you're gonna skip past it, you have to do the research necessary to learn how to use it. Get tips and tricks for learning how to use that particular tank type. If it's like a French heavy, it's a support heavy tank. It's not supposed to be
like the Senshi. Senshi is also a support tank, which is an STA-2, I believe. Yeah.
The difference between an overpowered tank and a shit tank is usually just the player. People come up against someone in Tiger 131 who's actually good at the game, and they conflate that with being overpowered. Same thing, but like, I guess the difference is that if a crap player gets in a Death Star, they're still gonna get shit ton of kills. They just have to be remotely competent. But not everyone can do well in, let's say, a Senshi, or a Patton, or an E100 for that matter. So many people call that tank shit and underpowered, but it really isn't.
Exactly, and it's like, when you're talking about particular vehicles like that, like, there's been so many people. Remember when the Hammer first came out, the reskin Tiger?
Yeah,
you
it was
got the
literally
Hammer.
just a Tiger, and it wasn't even the best possible Tiger. So many people complained it was overpowered.
Slower.
So many people were like, "Oh my God, the Tiger's so overpowered." I'm like, on what planet? It's just a Tiger. The Tiger's not
so
overpowered.
Many times
Everyone
we
says
came
the
across people that would. Every time, at least fairly recently, remember all the times they came out with those reskins, and the Hammer tank and all those others, and how many times did we have people just not know how to use a tank and just, oh look, I got a new tank, haha, premium tank, haha,
yeah,
it's
there were
awesome,
so many
I'm
people
overpowered.
in the Hammer tanks just kamikazing across.
Yeah,
the field.
exactly, because they're like, and then they get bitchy because they're like, oh, you killed me, you cheated, or whatever, and it's like, you suck, and it's like, no.
That's the problem. That's one of the problems, like with tanks people say is overpowered, or
a lot of times it's the player that contributes to the suckiness of it.
It's like, sometimes whether a tank is good or bad to people usually ends up being whether or not they are good with it, or whether or not they get killed by it a lot. And I don't know, there are very few tanks I consider overpowered, and even the ones I consider overpowered can still be countered relatively easily. Death Star is a pain in the ass, but you can still kill it. It's not exactly it doesn't exactly have the best traverse speed. It's not going to turn all that damn fast. It can be countered. You just have to have teammate and work together and cooperate with your team. A lot of people don't want to do that. They would rather just YOLO things and try to be the lone wolf mega killer Call of Duty style. It's just, that's not how this game is supposed to be played. It's why the E100, if you work with a team and you have a competent team, that E100 will bounce shots all day. And with your team, you know, knocking everyone who's too busy focusing on the E100, don't quickly
I need help with that
shit.
tank.
I wasn't paying attention. I was not paying attention. I thought the T-32 was facing the direction. Help. No, 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 no. I was not paying attention. In all fairness, I really wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
I thought the T-32 was facing the other direction. I'm dead. Not that it seems to matter. We're getting killed anyway.
Now I gotta find a blue fish so they're doing
One of our vehicles destroyed. Our tracks come
I can't turn my gun. I'm stuck. I'm dead. Yep, there we go.
This vehicle's finished.
Genius people. Well, that's the one thing that sucks. That's one reason why I want to get the Death Star, because it's a tank destroyer with a freaking turret. This one does not have a turret. The next two tanks don't have a turret. I have to rely on competent teammates to friggin' defend my ass from getting raped. I do not want to deal with that, but, you know, it's one of the sad things that I have to go through if I want that tank. Once I get that, I won't have to worry, because it'll have, Oh, she muted herself. Okay. That was a loss. Yep. Of course it was. Alright, so how much more XP do I need? 37,991. So another... So, if I'm getting about 1,000 per match... 30 matches, maybe? 30 something? Welcome back.
Sorry, hold on.
No problem.
I was distracted with something. My brother's fish apparently are dying, or one of them died and the other one's dying.
Has he been
He's not
cleaning
gonna
the
be
tank
happy when he
properly?
sees that. You there?
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
I was talking the whole time.
Yeah, no, I couldn't hear you. I had to mute my microphone.
Oh, apparently they're launching a special edition Pikachu new 2DS XL model, and it's basically colored and
They always
the
have
lid.
a special one. The one I have is a special edition. It's a...
No, it's the new
Oh, there it is.
2DS XL, the foldable 2DS.
There's always a special edition of one of the DSs. They do that so people collect them.
Yeah, but
The
the
one
top
I
of this
have is
one
a special
actually
limited edition.
does it have embossed top?
Yeah, it's a special Metroid Samus one. Why?
Okay, because
It has
this one
special
has.
colors and everything.
Well, this one's a Pikachu one, and judging from how the box is showing, shows a picture of the actual thing. The whole box is a Pikachu face, but the actual 2DS XL is the lid has a Pikachu face embossed on the top. The raised picture of his face, his cheeks, his nose, his mouth area,
Yeah,
and
those
his eyes.
that's Hannah. They are a toy company, so what do you
It
expect?
looks pretty cool.
There was one.
That's why it spit at me, Xavier. That's because there's corn on the cob inside here, that's why.
Oh god, I'm not doing well in this tank. I normally don't do this bad,
Wow. Well, yep. Well, I'm screwed.
but of course you're screwed, Hannah. Have you not seen the matchmaking lately?
It's like every other match, or every two matches is fine, and then
I
it goes
know
back
it's
to
the
being utter
tanks.
crap.
I don't remember the. I know it used to be. I think it still is. Based on the weight of the tanks and the platoon.
Mhm.
At least it was heavily based on that. I don't know if it still does that. I'm assuming it does, because... I don't know, is your tank a heavy tank? Like, in terms of weight? Is it a particularly
I would
heavy
have to
one?
look at the weight of the actual tank. I don't know. I'll just have to snipe from over here. The only thing that sucks is that my gun has to be on the right side, which is really stupid.
Yeah, and from what I remember people mentioning that a lot of people would make sure to always try to bring their tank around a specific side of the tank to complement where the gun was to try and hide the cupola.
Yeah.
Because that's
We have a
usually
light
one of the
tank.
spots
We have a
people
light
aim
tank
for.
heading up, yep. AMX 1375 heading straight into
Well, that Sheridan is gonna get himself killed.
our
I don't
Sheridan.
know why he did that. Yes, our Sheridan, the one that's already at half health. Because he charged all the way up. And why? Why? And you go to a dead end? What are you, a fucking moron?
Oh my god.
What a moron.
Wait. Is he one of the guys with the microphone?
His response to getting shot was to run in the... He has a microphone. His response to getting shot in the... was to go further into the open, get shot more, and then while he's getting shot in the ass, run into a dead end. What a fucking moron. I'm gonna die anyway. This tank has no gun depression.
I was hoping for another good match, but apparently no. I'm hoping for too much. Apparently. We've lost 2 tanks to their 1.
That doesn't necessarily mean a loss, but with the brain surgeons on our team, yeah,
Enemy armor is damaged.
I love that. I'm facing off against what, Chieftain? I'm sure a 1960s, 70s main battle tank will crumble before my lightly armored, self-propelled artillery gun parading as a medium. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay. I don't die. I don't want to die. So.
What are you gonna do?
I don't want die.
You not want die? No.
Sorry. I don't want die.
Die very bad.
Die bad very. Die very much bad. So. Many moons ago.
There's a Sheridan across the way. If he could pop his head out, that would be so nice.
Oh, I had a perfect shot into that patent if my fucking gun depression wasn't so shit.
Got him! Uh-oh, now I've been spotted. Great, I gave away my position.
Goodbye.
That Sheridan would pop his head over that ridge over there. I could probably shoot him. I don't think he's going to give me that kind of opportunity. Oh, there he is. There. He moved.
Yeah, he ran. Their light tank just came over here, destroyed a tank destroyer, and then ran away. God, I can't hit shit, man. I can't find anything to shoot.
Hi!
Enemies looking right at us.
Freaking shot the AMX 1375. He peeked his head over, got shot. And the charioteers just buns up. Yep, he did. I didn't even get to finish that sentence. Just barreled straight down the hill.
We lost the target.
I'm just gonna charge ahead and try to spot. Because I don't know what else to do, honestly.
Honestly, I don't blame you.
Go, 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 that Swedish motherfucker. And of course there's a fucking patent behind me. Oh, he's not looking at me. Nope, now he is. Nope.
5 to 6, that's what it's at now.
What? Why is there someone on our side of the map shooting at me? What? Was no one paying attention over there? Yeah, I'm dead.
And he did.
Someone on our side of the map shot at me and hurt me, meaning there is an enemy tank on this side of the map next to you, brain surgeons, and no one hit him. Great.
Alright, I'm gonna go and
Oh,
check
I
that
did
out.
terrible. I should lament about how sucky I am because my stats aren't perfect.
Like the ones on Blitz that bitch and complained when they would like copy and paste and send in a message, like when John was doing horrible when he played with me. And they sent a message showing his stats, and then when I complained about them saying just back off. Burn, bitch! There you go.
Enemy down. Well done. Ready to fire.
so I don't have to deal with artillery right now.
Focus attention here.
You know, the first half of this thing is just gonna be ranting about how stupid this community
That's
is,
fine.
right? Just letting you know.
Come on. Move, you stupid chubby tank. Oh, the Sheridan decided to show himself over there. I'm gonna have to go back up that jack. Yeah, he's dead. I was just gonna say I was gonna go and, you know, jump in there and help him, but...
Enemy
Oh
spotted
crap,
in
I'm
the
screwed. I wish I had the grocer's things.
smoke. Sheets loaded. Gunners
Of course, you
Yeah.
would share these weird wedding dress things.
Oh my god.
They're not black, Hannah. I don't know why you share them. They must be black. You're dead, by the way.
Oh crap.
You
he's
are
on top of
definitely
me.
dead.
Yep, there's nothing I can do. I can't reverse.
Dead. That's dead, dead. There we go. So yeah, what's with you sharing the wedding dresses, though? The
What?
white wedding dresses,
Oh, I don't know. I just
They're
thought
not
they were.
black.
I thought they were. I thought they were cute.
but they're not black.
Why? Because you want the black ones?
Well, no, because they're not black. Why would you want dresses that aren't black? I don't understand.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy. I don't know.
They're not black.
Yeah.
I did so bad. I did so fucking bad.
Oh, did our tank come back already? Really? Okay, so I got Supreme Commander. So I got. Oh, so even with the defeat, I still managed to accumulate over 1,000.
The thing I will say is before they re-released the FE4202, I never seen anyone using the FE4202.
Are you talking about the
Maybe
one
that-
in
The one that
special-
used to be tier 10. The one
Oh,
that's
that
now
one.
tier 8 in the tray. I don't know. I know lots of people had it, but no one ever fucking used it.
the
I'm
FE2.
surprised to actually like.
I
now
want to grab
see
the
it
Cromwell B as well at some point. It is a nice
No,
tank, and I have
I want the FE4202.
I have the
I don't know why.
A45, which I thought was the one I was thinking of,
But I
and
want
it's
it.
not.
I don't know why I want it, but I want it.
You don't know why you want it, but you want it.
Yeah, I don't know why I want it, but I want it.
Yeah?
That driver looks so uncomfortable.
What? Oh, for which tank? Oh, the one you're talking about? Your tank?
Yes, Hannah. That driver looks like he'd be so uncomfortable. All the others are sitting upright, but he's like practically lying on his back.
I see it. Yeah. That does not look comfortable at all. Alright, pick a tank.
I'm hungry, and you're making me play more.
Alright, we'll do one more match and then we'll end the stream. Just as a heads
Fine,
up,
but we're
people,
doing a
whoever
match.
happens to
I
be
wanna
watching. Huh?
Fine, we'll do one more match.
Okay. Really? No. No, 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 no. We're not doing that. No. You know I don't have anything that can compete
I
with
don't want to use any more tanks! Stop making me!
that.
No, I don't want to.
Fine, we can end the stream now if you want.
Yeah, I did now, because I'd like to go get eat.
Okay,
Go get
well,
eat and
I'll
go get
probably
stuff.
stream later on. So, just as a heads up, yeah, we're gonna take a break now and go and get some grub in our tum tum. Bye.
I want to get eats. I'm hungry.
He wants to eat.